Some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. Some feel the heat and decide that they can't go on.
Assistant gives or aids somebody in their already efforts to get themselves to a successful point. So you're basically adding on to what they have already put forth in efforts to be able to move to a better place instead of surviving to somewhere of thriving. Most people are usually want to assist people into getting to a higher place because they usually are moving one of them to get to a better place beyond them or somewhere where they themselves may be unwilling to. There are a lot of many reasons, a lot of variables, but usually because they usually were moving one to see other people higher than themselves. So a lot of times people will wait until you have the barriers to bear, and you have to basically accept whatever it is they want to give you versus what it is that's the highest order in which they can give you. So that is usually the real variation between assistance and help. And most people have a good nature about themselves, but they don't really want to know where it is that they can really be of assistance. They don't really want to
what can I do?
know you or know what you have going on. They simply want to do whatever they want to do and be done with it when they want to be done with it. They want to be in control of your situation because you're in destitute, and now you're indebted to them. They need to be able to pull the strings to get you to do what they want to do in order to feel empowered. That's why people are more willing to help versus than assist. Assistance means you work in coordination with another person.
Yeah, they really remove from all this responsibility.
They're far removed, want to be responsible or held accountable for what it is, being told or being, again, communicated with about what it is that's necessary versus what it is that they want to give anything. Because people really don't want to lose anything from anything itself. They don't want to coordinate. It's like, fuck all that. If I'm going to have to do anything more than what I want to do, which is whoever's going to want to hold themselves accountable to do something on a regular basis that's far from conducive of benefiting themselves.
Yeah, like your mom yesterday, she said, y'all messing up my day. Y'all fucking up my day.
We're homeless. We're homeless.
Intruding into her plans, into what she got.
And your day is far from involving anything of any dire, true necessity of, livelihood or anything else. But it was an intrusion on what it is that was
Canker time, your personal time.
Inconsidered or convenient for her, comfortable. And people are removed from ever wanting to remove themselves or put themselves in an uncomfortable situation or inconvenient situation, especially when they believe themselves to be on such a or should they themselves already have atoned or done enough to be able to be able to do what it is that they're doing. Is that I've already done what I needed to do, so I shouldn't have to lose out on anything that I'm want to lose out on. I made a plan to go to fucking Jamaica, and if you homeless right now and you need my help, well, I already made these plans, and I worked hard, and I did this, so fuck what you got going on. I gotta go do me.
It kind of seems very childish in a way. It's almost as if you have 6 bottles of water and somebody's thirsty and you work to get your 6 bottles of water versus sharing one so that somebody removed of, getting sick. No, I make sure I have my 6 bottles for the rest of the day because I work hard for those. It's really as child.
Some along those lines, but yeah, that's a way extreme case. I see some more fucked up case. You got 6 and bitch, you can't give up one. Fuck.
Damn.
That's an Erica. That's an Erica right
that's
there.
The extreme. It's like a sharing, like this is mine. But that's the type of environment that I really grew up on. Or if you did share, then it was like something that you owed.
Yeah, Erica,
you owed back.
Me, I see.
Yeah.
Anytime you get something mad about something, you don't feel like you have to do anything past it because you're inconvenienced or you've been told that you're happy. And that's with the same attitude your mom and everybody else in your family does. Mm-hmm. If you say anything that they disapprove of, and you're simply being honest, they're immediately against you. Erica's good for nothing. She just want money. Now she's trying to scam everybody. Don't do anything for her. Fuck her. Fuck her. And that's how you treat us. Fuck him. Nah, he just said I had nappy hair. He said my boobs aren't big enough. He said that I'm too short. Yeah, I'm pulling all that shit out because anytime somebody says anything about your image, somebody says anything about what you've done, you immediately shut off and be like, fuck these people. and it's conditioning. But yeah, but assistance versus help is allowing people to do, removing themselves to have to be held responsible, accountable, and allowing, and say, I wanted to associate it with graces too. And said because there's really a lot of religious people who it said grace. That's what it said. The good heart of the good Samaritan, and gives it. It's far from to intentionally plan or do anything to prevent such hardships or situations from happening. I mean, if we even look at the scenario in Houston, why the fuck are we depending on shitty? I mean, and far from saying that each person out there is shitty, but you do understand that most of this country voted for Trump. A whole bunch of people in fucking Texas voted for Trump. Okay? Now, most people aren't really making this clear-cut association, but if you vote for Trump, you are somehow looked at as having some kind of mental or social ineptitude and understand what is conducive of our human society. A vote for Trump is a vote for inhumanity. It's a sign of a social disorder.
Yeah.
So we're saying that we're allowing people who suffer from a real social disorder, and to me, let's go ahead and say racism is a social disorder. Because we really have to understand racism is a social disorder. That means you're incapable of interacting or engaging with a person of a certain culture. That means you are socially inept in being able to interact or civilly engage with those of another race or culture. That's a social disorder. You see this color, you see this kind of slant angle, you automatically get kind of feeling some kind of way. That's a social disorder. And anxiety of flaming up. It's a social disorder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And each time somebody who says something to you or you get scared and say, it's a social disorder. It's a conditioned social disorder, but yet nonetheless it's still a social disorder because you still are incapable of reacting any other way other than the conditioned state in which you've been pressed upon. And we have this kind of underlying association with religion, especially Christianity, by the grace of God. By the grace, that means that somehow I am deserving of all the shit that I am going through, and the small little piece of peace or relief that I get is I should be fucking extremely thankful for. It's like after getting my ass beat for 25 years and shit, you know, by the grace of God, I got out of that house, and now I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, working a fucking job that takes all day to fucking do. I ride the bus and shit all day, but I'm out of there getting my ass beat.
God had mercy on me.
He had mercy on me. God came and rescued me from that shit. By the grace of God. No, hell no. That's all you deserve in life? God graced you with that shit? Hell no. So now any kind of motherfucker come in, just swoop in and be good. I mean, now that shit, come on now. That out of the city, but we ain't learned anything. Because now it's by the grace of God that you somehow out of this situation. You don't even know if it's you understand that it's a little bit better than what it was, but you know what I'm saying? Grace isn't really saying that, hey, you can full on do better and show you better. You ain't learned what's better. You ain't really getting onto a better place and being able to understand how to stand in that place on your own. Now by God's grace, by the people who give you that grace, those people who because people don't really see this, but they want you to treat them as if they're your God. They want you to treat them as if they're your God when they come and do shit for you. When they come to your rescue and you say, by the grace of God, you thanking God, but you better pony up when I fucking tell you to pony up. You better ante up. What my mom said, y'all gonna owe me big time. So you telling me beyond you doing your family duty and coming in and assisting, people, you rather help, which means that you can just put whatever you're out there and call it whatever you want. You can say that what you're doing is to the extreme of what it is that you want is extreme to. versus us being an assistant and being able to figure out what it is that can be afforded and what is being sacrificed when you do it.
Yeah.
But when you give help, you can simply say, oh, this is what I'm giving and it's all I can give. I'm killing myself and strangling myself by doing this help for you. How does anybody else know that but you? Or the person that you're going, or the other people that
We're far from working together.
you're manipulating to make sure that you have this image about yourself that you're doing so much. People, yes, they want to give, but people are really wanting to really give accurately, efficiently, equitably. They want to do something. They want to do whatever makes them feel good enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to really be enough for what is necessary, but sit on their own accord. That's what that selfishness lies in. People are really willing to give their fair share. To give, and when we say, I don't even want to go fair, I'm just saying equitable. Give enough that it doesn't completely take away from you, but you still are able to look at a level playing field with someone. Mm-hmm. Versus, hell no, you need to stay underneath me because, yeah, I'll give you the same that I got that when people got negative. You're supposed to be giving what you know is necessary for someone to be able to be up there at your level. What's the point of giving them motherfucking crumbs when you know they ain't ate in fucking 5 years? You got a whole big fucking buffet of shit. This motherfucker ain't in 5 years, but you gonna give them the crumbs and shit because you know crumbs is better than what the fuck they done had. And that's all you willing to give because that's all you have because you done work hard for all of yours and you have to account for all of them. You don't think those people are inequitably thinking they have enough? It's like when my cousin talking about his kids coming back. Y'all know he said that we could find a way to work that shit out similar to the Huxtables, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then the kids became even more of a. They said, no, we have to get out. We have to get out because of that of the kids. When it's convenient for a motherfucker, they can go to any extreme that is necessary for them. And say people are really going to care. Is that you can work it out. You have conversations. Most people don't want to have conversations. They want to have it. They want to have the rule. They want to have the rule. When they know that they have more or a position over you, it's the rule. You need my help, therefore you adhere to what it is I say you adhere to. You go by what it is, you appreciate what it is I say you're supposed to appreciate. I can give you the bare minimum, and you better fucking take that minimum and tell everybody it's the greatest fucking thing you've ever gotten.